Oh man, I'm always looking forward to Dr. Umar Johnson interviews with the Breakfast Club, and we recently got one, and boy did Dr. Umar not hold back on Deion Sanders. Dr. Umar believes this about Deion, who recently accepted a job at Colorado, leaving an HBCU in Jackson State. Dr. Umar said Deion used, abused, and exploited HBCU Jackson State just to be given an opportunity to show predominantly white institutions that he could coach. This was bigger than football. This was about the survival of the HBCU. That one man could have been a catalyst for a movement that would have revolutionized the survival of HBCUs. The abolition wasn't just about Frederick Douglass, but if Frederick Douglass would have pulled out, he would have heard it. The Underground Railroad wasn't just about Harriet Tubman, but if she would have pulled out, it would have failed. For Deion to pull out of Jackson State the way that he did before making sure the HBCU system survived, to me, it was selfish. He chose money over the movement. The critical importance of the HBCU is greater than it's ever been. So for Deion to pull this right now makes it even worse, because you are leaving an HBCU system when you had a chance to save it. Also, Dr. Umar dropped his comments about Kanye West, who's lost a lot over the last few months. He said, I think Kim Kardashian used him, and the fact that they making that man pay $200,000 a month in child support when both he and the wife are billionaires is absolutely ridiculous. I think they want to break him. And although I don't agree with the way in which Kanye articulated some of his thoughts, I appreciate the fact that he was the first black man since Michael Jackson to speak truth to power. Yeah, I don't agree with Dr. Umar Johnson on everything. I say about 50% of the time, I agree with Dr. Umar Johnson, but I do embrace conversations. I love that brother makes me think. Let me just say that. I don't have to agree with you. I'm not one of these people who needs to agree with anybody that I have a conversation with. Now, if it gets to the point where I feel like people are disrespecting other people's beliefs, I'm gonna leave that conversation. But as long as I can sit there in a room with a person and hear them out, or when I'm watching them on an interview or whatever, and I feel like they're eloquently telling their side of the story, respectfully giving their side of the debate, I'm good with that as a man. Yeah, I'm good with that. I can sit in any room with anybody and disagree with them. I don't care the race, the religion, none of that stuff. Well, I can sit there and have a conversation with anybody, and I like to believe that I can hold my own. With Dr. Umar Johnson, I respect that this black man has dedicated his life to black people. Don't agree with everything he says. Oftentimes I disagree with stuff that Dr. Umar Johnson says, but at the end of the day, I know that man, if nothing else, cares about black people. So when I hear him talk about Deion Sanders, and I'm somebody who believes Deion Sanders could have did whatever the heck he wanted to, I don't tell anybody to stop chasing their dreams, their goals, or their future ambitions. I don't tell anybody not to go get that bag. But I have to admit, the way Dr. Umar Johnson explained it to me and everybody that watched that Breakfast Club interview, please go check it out if you haven't done so. It definitely makes me think. I'll say that. I will take the next couple weeks as I enjoy some good old college football during this bowl season and think longer about what my opinion and my stance on Deion Sanders, in large part due to the eloquent words, the critical thinker that is Dr. Umar Johnson. Again, I did not even like some of the things he said in that interview about LeBron James. I didn't agree with, because I think LeBron's doing a fantastic job with building a school for people, and a lot of them people look like me and you. So to me, I didn't agree with that, and I felt like to be harsh on LeBron, but to kind of give Kanye West some type of passive energy, I didn't agree with that. But again, I'm gonna hear the brother out, because the brother at least takes the time to be, pretty well researched, well knowledge on a multitude of topics, and I think he is important to black people. Don't mean I agree with everything he says. Doesn't mean I will vote him as the next Martin Luther King Jr. That's not what I'm saying. I think he is a very smart, educated, sharp brother that is very much needed in some capacity. I want to thank you guys for the time, love, and support. If you watched Dr. Umar Johnson's last Breakfast Club interview, I need you to let me know in the comment section. Facebook, share it out. What did you think about it? Did you think it was good, bad, or you are indifferent on Dr. Umar? All right, I'm out.